So do you also use IndiaMart to get more leads and inquiries for your business? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to add IndiaMart leads and inquiries to Salesforce for event planning and service. So over here I'm running a business related to same, and we also use IndiaMart to get more leads and inquiries for our business. So now what I want is that as soon as we receive a new lead through IndiaMart, automatically the same lead details should be added into my Salesforce account too. That too without any manual efforts, so that my sales team can follow up quickly and efficiently. So to do this, we are going to simply create a connection between IndiaMart and Salesforce. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So do you also want to create this automation for your business? Then for that you have to come with me towards my screen.
Welcome to my screen. So in this video, I'll show you how to automatically add IndiaMart leads or inquiries to Salesforce. This automation ensures that every potential client inquiry is instantly captured in your CRM, helping you to streamline follow-ups and manage event planning leads more effectively. So let's get started. So let's start with a really simple example. Let's say that my name is Test Lead, and over here you can see that I've entered my requirement details, and I'm just going to submit this right from here. So as you can see that I've successfully submitted my query, and now I'm just going to open my Salesforce account, and yes, over here you can see that in my Salesforce account a new lead has automatically been created. You can see the name, you can see the phone, address and other details of the lead, right? So this is the automation we are going to create in today's video, where what will happen is that as soon as someone submits an inquiry on my IndiaMart account, or as soon as a new lead is generated through my IndiaMart account, automatically the lead details should be added into my Salesforce account too. That too in real time within few seconds. So if you also want to create this automation, then for that you have to watch this tutorial till the end. So to do this, I've simply opened the landing page of Pabbly by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy, and as soon as we are going to open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on this sign up for free and you are going to get 100 of stars free every month. But over here I'm an existing user, so I'm just going to click on this sign in, and as soon as we are going to click on sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly, but in today's video we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm just going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connects account, and as soon as we are going to click on this access now, it is opening my dashboard. And to start with this automation, we just have to click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here I want to save the workflow in this folder which says automations, and I want to name my workflow as this, which says how to add IndiaMart leads and inquiries to Salesforce for event planning and service. And then we just have to click on this create, and as soon as we are going to click on this create, it is opening the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow will run. Alright, trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by our trigger, and that's the particular reason that we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger in a particular workflow. Alright, so let's get started by selecting our trigger application. So for my trigger application, I'm just going to select it as IndiaMart. So I'm just going to search for IndiaMart over here, and as you can see the same, so we are just going to select it. And now it is asking me for the trigger event, and trigger event is the event on which the workflow will start. So over here what I want is that as soon as a new lead is captured, my workflow should be triggered or started. So I'm just going to select new leads as my trigger event over here, and as soon as we're going to select the trigger event, it has given me a webhook URL. So we are going to use this same webhook URL in order to create a connection between our IndiaMart account and our Pabbly Connects workflow. So what we have to do is, first we just have to copy this webhook URL, and then we have to follow this help text, and it is saying log into your IndiaMart account, navigate to the lead manager section in the left tab. go to import export leads from the three dots and then click on I am leads push API. Choose other in the select source option and then enter Pabbly Connect in the CRM platform name. Alright, we are going to follow the same. I'm just going to open my IndiaMart account, and now from the left side of the bar we have to go towards this leads manager, and after coming over here towards the lead manager we have to go towards the three dots which says menu, import export leads and then push API. And now it is asking me to select the source and the CRM platform name. So as you can see that in the help text it has mentioned that choose other in the select source option and then enter Pabbly Connect in the CRM platform name. So for the source I'm just going to select it as other, and now for the CRM platform name I'm just going to keep it as Pabbly Connect. And now it is asking me for the webbook listener URL, so I'm just going to paste the URL which we copied from our workflow over here. And now after entering all of these details we just have to click on this button which says save details. And now it is asking me for the reason. Why do I wish to shift my IndiaMart leads to any another application? So over here I'm just going to select my reason as this. If you wish you can definitely select any another reason too. And now we just have to click on this green button which says click to generate OTP. And now it is saying that it has successfully sent me a OTP. So over here I'm just going to enter my OTP, and as you can see that we have successfully entered this OTP, and now I'm just going to click on this submit. And yes, you can see integration live. So yes, with this we have successfully connected our IndiaMart account with our Pabbly Connects workflow. But now it is saying waiting for a webhook response, and in the notes it is saying do a test submission / record. So in order to capture this webhook response we have to do a test submission or record. So what we have to do is I'm just going to open my IndiaMart account, and now from here we have to click on this blue button which says test your webbook listener URL, and once again we have to click on this test. And yes, you can see that it has given me a curl request header. This means that we have successfully did the test submission, and IndiaMart has sent the details of our test submission to our workflow. And yes, over here you can see that Pabbly has captured the response too. You can see all the details received. You can see the mobile number, you can see the email, over here you can see the sender's name, the sender's phone number, the pin code, the state, the subject, the unique query ID and the status. But you must notice that the subject is saying requirement for empty mineral water bottles, and this subject doesn't align with our business, right? So what happens is that I'm using a test IndiaMart account, so I receive the default details every time I do a test submission. But if you're using a live IndiaMart account, you're definitely going to receive the response related to your business only. So don't worry, and as soon as you're going to receive this response, with this you have successfully completed your trigger step. And now what will happen is that as soon as a new lead is received through your IndiaMart account, automatically this workflow is going to get triggered and Pabbly is going to capture the response for the same. Alright, we are going to move on forward towards our action step. What I want is I want to add IndiaMart leads and inquiries to Salesforce. So for my action application I'm just going to select it as Salesforce. So I'm just going to search for Salesforce right over here, and as you can see the same, so we're going to select it. And now it is asking me for the action event, and for my action event I'm just going to select it as create lead and click on this connect. And now it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your Salesforce account with your Pabbly Connects workflow, you can click on this select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and now we have to click on this blue button which says connect with Salesforce. And as soon as we're going to click on this connect with Salesforce, you can see that Pabbly is asking me for some permissions. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on this allow and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because my data is secure with Pabbly. You can also click on allow, Pabbly is safe. And as soon as we're going to click on allow, yes, you can see authorization successful. With this we have successfully connected our Salesforce account with our Pabbly Connects workflow. And now it is asking me for these details. Alright, so I'm just going to enter these details right over here in order to create a new lead in my Salesforce account. But we are not going to enter the details manually, but instead we are going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected IndiaMart as our trigger application. So we are just going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we're going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So over here I'm going to give you an example that it is asking me for the last name, right? So let's say that I'm just going to enter the last name right over here manually by typing it like this. Then this will not change with every new response received because this is a static information and I have entered it manually. But over here, let's say that we're going to map this from the previous response. So I'm just going to look for a name in the previous response, and as you can see, Prabhat. Let's say that we're going to map this, then this will definitely change because my previous response will also change. So that's why we do mapping right over here to run our workflow in real time. But you may notice that this Prabhat is first name, not the last name, right? So what happens is that I have received a test response, so I've only received the single name of my lead. All right, so that's why I've mapped it in the last name field because this is a required field. All right, so I'm just going to enter the required details only right over here. If you wish, you can definitely enter the rest of the details too. So here you can see the company name is required, so I'm just going to enter it. All right, so I'm just going to look for company name in the previous response, and as you can see, ABC Private Limited. So we're going to map it. We're going to move on forward. We're going to map the phone number. I'm just going to look for mobile number, and as you can see, the same. So we're going to map it. Over here it is asking me for many other details, so I'm only going to fill in the details which are required. For the lead source, I'm just going to keep it as other right over here. For the status, open not contacted. For the rating, let's say we are just going to keep it as warm. Over here I'm just going to map the street address too, so I'm just going to look for address in the previous response, and as you can see, the same. So we're going to map it. We're going to move on forward and click on this save and send test request, and as soon as we're going to click on this, yes, you can see that we have received a positive response that we have successfully created a new lead in our Salesforce account. So I'm just going to open my Salesforce account and check for the new lead created. I'm just going to go back towards this leads section. All right, and as you can see, recent items Prabhat. So I'm just going to open it right from here, and yes, over here you can see a new lead has been created. You can see the same name, the same company, the lead status, the lead source, the rating, the phone number which we entered. Also you can notice the address which we entered, and yes, with this we have successfully completed this workflow. And now what will happen is that as soon as a new lead is received through my IndiaMart account, automatically my workflow is going to get triggered and Pabbly is going to capture the response for the same. With this, we don't have to come back and again to our workflow to click on save and send test request. This workflow is going to run in backend. So yes, this was it for the video, and if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching.
So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can integrate many more applications. So if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.